Hey everybody, welcome back to Super Comic Fun Time. This is a special episode of From the Pile. This will be episode 7A. Now, last Wednesday, I just happened to be at my local comic book shop called Graham Crackers Comics on East Washington Avenue here in Madison. And it just happened to be Wednesday. I had no plans on going on the Wednesday. I don't really buy new comic books, but I just happened to be there. My significant other had to do some shopping at a store close by, so I popped into the comic book store, which I don't do often enough. And I decided that I'm on this quest for JLA number 67. But when I was there, the store owner told me that it's free comic book on comic book day, on new comic book day, they give away free comic books from their 50-cent boxes. And they had a lot of boxes. Now, even though something is free, I'm kind of picky because you've seen everything I've got. So I started going through the boxes, and I only found two books that interested me before I had to go. So the first one was this one. It looks just like a fun comic book, The Age of Sentry. And it looks like it's a newer book. So it's like $2.99 here, so sometime in the early 2000s. And it's, instead of the comic book code, it's approved by the Cosmic Code. So, it's another send-up. I have a soft spot in my heart for send-ups because they're kind of fun. I mean, the art here is super fun. I haven't read this one yet, but maybe someday I'll do a show of it. So there's like kind of a Wolverine character. Maybe he's even supposed to be Wolverine, but it's much more cartoonish. And then the only other one I found before I had to leave was a comic book of the Phantom. Now, I've never read the Phantom comic book, but in the 90s, briefly, I would watch Saturday morning cartoons, and The Tick was on, The X-Men was on, and Phantom 2040 was on. And I think this is the best of all of those shows, Phantom 2040. I've always wanted to see the whole thing. I don't think it's ever been put out on DVD unless it's been put out within the last year. I know they've cobbled together episodes to make a movie, but that was a really fun show. It took place in the future of 2040, and it was very anime style, which I've never been a big fan of anime, but everything about this show worked for me. The voice acting was great. The story was great. It was a continuous story. I think it only lasted like one season. I think there's probably only like 20 episodes total, but I'm not sure on that. And I've looked it up in the past, but since it's not available, I don't keep the memory in my head. But I've always wanted to see that. So I thought I would give this a try. I've always wanted to try the Phantom. Not really sure about this one, but since it was free, I'll give it a read and see if I like it. And let's see what this is, a free newsletter. Shop online at grahamcrackers.com. Oh, I'll have to do that. That sounds like fun. So, yeah, they have a little newsletter. That's always good promotion. There's Superman Red Superman. So it looks like they have two locations. Or wait, where is this? This is Illinois. So I guess they're a chain store. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's interesting. So, and then here it is, JLA 67. So I unfortunately had to pay $3 for it since I didn't find it in a bundle. And who knows, maybe if I cracked open all the bundles, I already have it. But the story's still fresh in my mind and it's still sticking with me. So I want to see how it ends. And right here's the end. So there we go, unpackaging that. And I think I will give this a read and come back and do From the Pile 7A. And I will see you in a few minutes. Hey everybody, and welcome back. I hope you took the time to review From the Pile 7 to try to remember what's going on. So what happens is some ancient gods come up, or like an ancient Toltec priest or something like that. It was a very confusing episode, which is one of the things that intrigued me about it and caused me to go out and find this other one. It ends, and I have the book right here. It, after they fight, it's like Green Lantern ends up in the hospital because of poisoning. and I forget who he was with. I think he was with the Flash, and then somehow the Flash was able to overcome the poisoning faster because of his metabolism. And then they go, the surviving members, the awake members, end up. See, this was like cool. This was cool in the last one. He's in his dream, and we'll find out what happens in this one. So it ends up with the Justice League getting all these birds in their mouths, and then that's the cliffhanger. So we start JLA 67 in the hospital, and it's what's happening? It's it reminds me a little bit of that movie based on that video game with Mila Jovovich. What is that called? Resident Evil. It reminds me a little of that, except that, he's not. Well, it is. He is kind of like, I don't get where he is. This is one of the things that's confusing about it. So, anyways, like, he creates these two constructs, and it's like, goes, "Oh, thank you, quote, ladies, unquote. Glad to see the juvenile and frisky brain center still functioning properly. Batman will be so proud." So, there is like a certain level of kind of sophomoric humor, as we saw in the last one, where they kind of make inappropriate jokes and passes at Wonder Woman, and, everybody kind of takes it kind of like camaraderie. I don't know how well that would play today. So then, like, he sees these giant crows, and, like, he kind of freaks out. And I'm thinking, again, it's all a dream. Like, somehow this is all a dream. And then we have this where, remember they were in an amusement park, and in this armor, they found traces of child sacrifice. And so I guess they're about to blood sacrifice, like, they're putting Wonder Woman on an altar. And if you look here, this is like a character like Goofy. This is some DC version of Disney World, or Disney. Yeah, it's Orlando, Florida. So it's Disney World. And so this is kind of like a Goofy type character. And it's very interesting, like the amusement park, theater, that sort of thing. And so, like, they're not fast enough because Batman somehow breaks the spell. It's like this guy is like kind of talking to himself, perhaps respecting Tezumac's right as warrior is the price for victory. He thinks like this blood sacrifice is a waste of time. He doesn't understand why they're doing it. And then, their Batman comes out of it, and then they have to do it quickly because they've been practicing this magic spell for weeks, and there's supposed to be 7. There's like the 7-headed Hydra, which is the Justice League, I guess. But Batman overcomes the spell that they're under, and at the same time, Kyle Rayner is coming back in, riding a giant kitty, and the ads in this one were not that interesting to me. So, like, here, Batman revives everybody, and Kyle Rayner, "Why are you in my dreams?" And again, I'm thinking, this whole thing is a dream. Oh, and here's this little girl. We'll see her again later. "Idiot, so zealous, so cocksure. You didn't even count how many there were. The spell took weeks to prepare. What power have you now against?" And then, "What are you? Why are you in my dreams?" And then here we got this, this is again kind of surreal. And then he vomits this black goo in Kyle Rayner's face. It's like, what's happening? And then we have this nice thing. And Batman realizes, like, the Flash is trying to beat this big warrior guy, and Batman realizes that he's simply predicting where the Flash is going to try to hit him, and that's how he's able to block him. And then Batman also realizes, Plastic Man is sensing something, and he's going, he goes, that ripple, what is it? So yeah, see, like he's rippling. He goes, come on, bats, no one's that. Whoa, hello, magic fingers. Well, I don't know. It feels like a loud yelling, but I can't hear anything. Kinda kinky. Ultrasonic trigger. He knows bombs. Go. And so they realize that like these bad guys have planted bombs all over the amusement park. So Flash goes with his super speed, and there's that little girl again I told you we would see again, and she just goes, that was fun, I want to go again. But look at the amusement park. It's like Happy Land is all kind of blown up. Excuse me. And then, Wonder Woman gets her turn, and Martian Manhunter. And let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a little confused because I read a Flash story earlier, and Gorilla Grodd was in it, and he was mind controlling people. So I was like going, oh, I kind of conflated the two books for just a second there when I paused. So I think like reading this book, I can't remember. I think I read this book after the movie, but reading this book, I realized the big mistake of the movie is they shouldn't have had the Flash in the movie. They should have had Plastic Man, because Plastic Man is the perfect comedy foil, if that's what they wanted. And, I don't think they really had anything in the Justice League movie that required the Flash. And if they did, it could have been rewritten to Plastic Man. And I think he's a funny character anyways. He's supposed to be funny and kind of goofy. So, it's like right here, Batman is so in on this fight. Yoo-hoo, leaguer in waiting here. You want I should make with some mayhem or what? And then it's like, hey, bats, Pourquoi the silent bit? Oh, I get it. This is about Chicago, isn't it? I don't know what happened in Chicago. You're still ticked at me. And then like Batman is like doing his inner monologue, and then Plastic Man is still trying to get his attention. Batman, not smart enough to keep us at a distance. This is what he's like thinking. It's like, he's kind of like sussing up the armor of this guy. And when Green Lantern attacked, he kind of loosened his plates. And so Batman is saying, you're not smart enough to keep us at a distance from that armor you rely on. And then Plastic Man is, oh no, he's talking to himself. Come back to me, bats. Go to the light. The light is good. I'm in the light. And then Batman goes, you're on. And he's giving him something. He goes, wait, don't shoot the light. The light is your friend. Light friend. So, when you're reading it, like when I'm reading it, I'm kind of mashing it up. But I think, I think even the same actor who played the Flash in the movie, Ezra, whatever, I think he would have been a better Plastic Man. And I think Plastic Man would have been a better part of the Justice League. And maybe it's just that they're trying to be too serious. I don't know. I mean, what doesn't make sense? Why? Because like the Flash is cracking jokes every so much. It just, part of me felt like he was Robin from like the old Batman TV show, and part of me right now after reading this, I think it should have been Plastic Man. And so like Plastic Man goes inside and he kind of finds an air valve, and he goes, if a man cannot breathe, he cannot fight. Karate Kid 2. And Batman goes, Street Fighting 101. And so, like, then we have Kyle's back. He goes, I call for smacks. And then, like, they got these guys, and then they get the confession out of them. And it's like, so here you see first it's this, and then the ring starts, the hieroglyphics, and the ring starts translating. Forward to tomorrow, Metal Mountain, Serpent's Heart. There they will come, destroyers, world shakers, the seven-headed hydra that will eat the world when they reveal their black hearts. Stab at them with the righteous fury of the earth. Seven-headed hydra, us? You think the JLA are destroyers? And so I kind of like wonder about Earth 3. Now, I think this is before Infinite Crisis, when they brought back the multiverse. So I'm not sure where they're going with this, but that's what I think of. I think of the evil Justice League from Earth 3, which was in Forever Evil. So I don't know if they continue on with this, but anyways, I mean, everything is still weird. Like, I guess these leaves they're not going through Superman, but they almost look like it, but like, yeah, this guy disappears from Wonder Woman's rope, and then they figure out that they're trying to get back to their world, which I guess they came out through the ocean. And so, but whatever portal or they're looking for is gone. So then they go again, and they like kind of map this out, which why do they leave that for the Justice League to find? But I'm guessing like they had to try to figure out through their form of symbols and mathematics where the other portal would be for them to go. And it turns out to be at Atlantis, which I'm not sure. I think I remember from the last issue, like Arthur is dead at this point. So anyways, like he does some magic and Atlantis rises. And so the next issue is Stillborn Atlantis. So, this one was more actiony. It was still, massively confusing, but I really enjoyed these two issues together. Maybe at some point I'll see if there's either a collection or an omnibus that features these. I had a good time with these. I especially like this one because it was so weird, and now I'll have to reread it again since I only just kind of paged through it before doing this video. But let me know what you think. I mean, like, are they in a dream? I think they might be in a dream, because even this cover, like, even though you can't trust a cover of a superhero book, like sometimes they tell you the truth. So, maybe this is just like, here, like you see all the people fighting, and maybe they're just reminding us what happened at the end of last issue. But to me, it is so weird and surreal, and it'll be interesting to see where Kelly, Mankhe, and Nguyen go with this if I find more issues of this. It's absolutely fascinating. I really like the Toltec sort of it, and the crows. It's creepy, it's confusing, it's good. It's perfect comic book fodder. So, if you've read this back in the day, tell me what you thought. I should probably look up what the general consensus of this run was, but I'm enjoying it. Here I can see it's 02. So yeah, I probably told you in the last issue, I probably did more due diligence. So this is from around 2002, and it's kind of cool, kind of confusing. Let me know what you think. I was watching a video today from a more established, or not today, but in the last couple of days. And like he ended his video saying, keep reading comics. And I didn't want to steal from somebody else, and he's been doing it forever. So I'm looking for a new tagline. But until I find one, this is Super Comic Fun Time, and find the fun in comics. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Oh, remember to like, subscribe, and, find something you like and read it. Post in the comments and tell me what you're reading and what you like, or your memories from back in the day. I'm thinking of doing a podcast of, like, historical me as a kid and my a recapitulation. That'd probably be boring for you, but it'll be therapeutic for me, and YouTube can be free therapy, so why not? Talk to you guys later. Love you. Super Comic Fun Time. This is Douglas out.